Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Reiatsu here, and this is going to be episode 2 of part 4, core 4 of Bleach, the 1,000 Years Blood War. The Calamity. That's the specific part, you know, cause for cores 2 for cores 2 through 4, it was like the separation, the conflict, and then the calamity. So yeah. But last time we got a very, very fun, cool, and very spicy episode with Yoriichi in her electrical I'm not gonna name off the whole ass damn name because I don't think that's very memorable. For me, I'm just thinking Raikou. Just Raikou. Because when I think of Raikou, I think of the fucking cat-like, thunder cat-like, legendary Pokemon. And it's not a dog or a cat. It's just a beast. They don't make it clear if it was a cat or a beast, especially for its other fellow part of the trio, Entei. But well, I digress. But it was really cool, and I literally see but it's so shitty. Why it's come down, and this is what I don't like about the anime community right now, is that now they've gotten to the point where I've actually seen this one fucking post on Twitter having 10,000, 20, maybe I think it was like 40,000 likes of someone saying this is why anime looks at you. It was like quote tweeting someone who was being very expressing their enjoyment about that scene with Yoriichi being very cat-like, which is really cool. I feel like it makes sense with how her Reiatsu was being able to was something that Askin found it really hard to adapt, which of course forced Askin into his Voltstag form, which is of course kind of run for the it's kind of par for the course. But the thing is, when I feel like people complain about stuff like that, with like, oh, no, you like, come on, this is kind of classic shonen. But the thing is, I need to say this again, modern shonen trying to subvert that doesn't make it necessarily better. Because most of these, and I'm not going to name who, but I'm not going to name the specifics, but you probably know what they are. They fail a lot. They actually falter a lot fundamentally. I feel like a lot of these modern, most of these people from the current generations tend to easily overlook this. And it's not like I was hating on the. It's not like I wanted to start off right off the bat disliking those shows. Like for those, I wanted to like them, but as I realized the more issues of it, I start to appreciate that even if the classics like Bleach are outdated, and One Piece or even Naruto are outdated in some areas where you can see where it falters, like you could still appreciate that they pull things off much better because their respective authors at least know the fundamentals. They have more wherewithal with how to execute things and not try to be too. And at the time, there wasn't as many, pressure or restrictions or what kind of audience they want to, or like the deviance of what kind of audience they want to appeal to. So that's where I feel like those work for me. I am not saying all classic shonen work as well. I'm just saying for this one and for some like Bleach in particular, they still, in my opinion, still have the test of time. And you know what? I'm just gonna name right now. Jujutsu Kaisen, just like, oh, at least they don't do it for like, at least they just keep going hands at it. But and this is coming from Sakuga experts too. I'm not gonna name who they are but if they somehow get this video and they see, so they know what they know, they have no justification to try to rebuke or try to complain otherwise, because you don't know who you are. Jujutsu Kaisen has a lot of long ass unnecessary yap sessions too, and you're saying, oh, but it's like off battle too, but no, they do it during battle too. But it's just that they try. Many people, most people do forget about that though. Like there will be just this one time where they just be like, okay, well, okay, but them explaining, at least it factors into them, like, oh, as they explain it, it gets stronger. But I feel like in hindsight, like it's a cool it's a cool new attempt at subversion, but in the long run, it doesn't matter that much as it could have been. Like for Toto's, like it did kind of matter, because where like you think maybe like where he was able to then at the time do it without even needing to necessarily use the technique, without even needing to clap his hands, or he can, or maybe no, or he can just try to or where he gets, but then again, like whether or not that's the case, like does it really matter, or is it just in the moment? Sometimes I feel like that aspect is never really utilized fully, or it was just pretty flawed to begin with. So I don't remember, I cannot remember every single detail on that, but I just know that like Jujutsu Kaisen just doesn't really, never really expand upon some of those subversion attempts as well as it used to stand out as an inherently good story by itself. I'm just gonna say that right now. But yeah, so I think we're gonna, so I think this is supposed to be continuing the whole thing with Asuka, with Urahara now versus Asuka. Urahara is such a troll. So I saw this comment on one video, a mashup, and saying like, and I feel like it's referring to, and I'm really sure it was referring to a comment I made about how Aizen was being classified as. Now I feel like I need to explain I thought I explained myself well within the reaction, but I need to explain this again because it's just getting annoying, because I don't know if these people are even watching the reaction, just commenting, just re-commenting. And it's not like these comments I've seen on these reaction matchups trying to like I understand anime reactors will have a majority of anime reactors will have these sort of lapse of memory or judgment, but I feel like this is very disingenuous at half the time, because it's just like, okay, maybe try to put yourself in their shoes. And one response was just from this one guy, and which disappoints me, is just that I can remember this because I have good memories and all that. Like, okay, good for you. That's good for you if you have better memory than us. Why don't you just demonstrate it for us then? And then they just rebel. It's like, it's not even about good memory. It's just about having just like good common sense, and that has nothing to do with common sense. Nobody's memory, capacity for memory is the same. Nothing about that. Nothing about needing to have that same sense of memory management capacity to try to remember and acknowledge certain things should be really judged as harshly as it should. Like, sure, like if it's very blatant, I get it, but sometimes shit happens. Like I'm gonna obviously miss some stuff. I've had this one annoying comment on a Witch Hat Altair video saying I overlooked the whole thing with like, oh, I overlooked the healing magic, and then that was fine by itself, and then he said, and then they go on to say, that's what I've also noticed about with other reactors. So they unintentionally are putting me as supposedly dumb as the other actors, and I did not like that comment. So their comment got the boot, and because it's not helping because for one, it's not helping with feedback, and it's just the same old shit over and over. So when I say for feedback, I mean something where like it's not trying to put down the actual the uploader, and it's just more for constructive criticism. I don't think that really passed for me as constructive criticism. But my rant is my pre-reaction rant is gone a little too longer than I wanted to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start up episode 2. I think we're from the title of this episode. I think we're gonna get a bit of. We'll go back to Ichigo's side. Alright, so also gotta remember, like, oh yeah, one more thing, because everyone is barely waking up after me, so long after I did so. This house is gonna echo for some, so I don't know if I can try. I don't know if I can try to keep my volume down or my own volume down, but like no guarantees on that. On that is like what happens. So yeah. Okay. Hold on. All right. Well, here we go. Start again. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. I hope I didn't. Okay. There's a lot of emphasis on butterflies and flowers. Oh, that's an anime. Feels like an anime original here. Unless if I like, if this was actual panel from the manga and I just forgot about it. Are we gonna get that crazy ass transition back to the current? Oh shit. So, or him about to turn up? All right, so I listened. While I'm still not too crazy about the opening song itself, I don't think it's bad, as a lot of these hyperbolic guys are saying. But it does have a lot of. I've watched these DBZ Winman's video on it, and he was explaining about the meaning behind the lyrics. And I like, and these videos where they explain, where they go into the song's lyrics, it's always interesting to me because like, because you have to think like, is the artist really doing it for the show itself, or is it just doing it for, or is it just something really separate? Because you'd have to, because not every song is done to where the artist was making this into consideration for the anime in which it's featured. It usually it doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it's quintessential, but it can also. But I like that it's based on a sense of like It's based on a sense of like that's why it was chosen for that specific show, because the lyrics do fit. And you gotta have to wonder like, how long did they go to try to search for that perfect song? So he went from vaccine to super vaccine. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Uh-oh. There's a lot of gift balls. Create a whole ass... I'm saying he created a whole ass constellation. Ah, if only that was a red truth. If anyone knows what I'm referring to, like, good for you. Oh, tell me about it. I was going to say a certain name, but never mind. I'm not going to say. It kind of makes me think back to when Aizen was, confronting him about the Soul King. Like way back during the arc. Well, that's certainly a mindset. Uh-oh. Oh! Ooh. So basically, hitting a critical point. So he can't just kill him right away. He has to try to pinpoint every single one of his parts like that. Well, perfect time for his Bankai. There we go. Oh shit, look at this. Oh, what the fuck? Damn. Why I always love it. I always loved how it reminds me of the Persona when they do this. Specifically, I know specifically Mega Tension, but I'll pass. Oh, Some awesome JoJo ass shit. You know, the guy with the zipper stand, like just. So he reconstructed his whole eye. It reminds me of that one, like, I forgot what it was, but. Oh, geez, the camera perspective, hold on. I mean, he's unpredictable, right? That's what your boss literally told him about, right? Oh, he's just fixing it. I love how he's just surfing on that little zipper of his. Oh, oh, wait. Yeah, someone got it from the outside. Oh, Grinjo? My boy. Well. This thing is still flowing, but. It was that one instance of being able to shift to give him that opening when he wasn't suspecting it. It's not like he predicted it. He's just prepared for that possibility. Mm-hmm. I literally just mentioned that. This man's not wrong. And Askin's whole thing was Asuka's whole thing is just like his ability. He wants to die, but his ability was preventing him from dying. Oh, yeah, so that's why it's... Oh, he's gonna do the heart sign? Aw, I thought he was. My man's busy though. He's handling the actual big threat. And me because Bankai felt that. Okay, I'm gonna look. I don't know. Come on, man. You gotta get. Some people gotta please do your best to try to actually translate that, please. I'm gonna have to find out later. Kisuke's not dying. There's no way, man. No, we see who's going to rescue him. No, he trusts him. Because she's always been like the one that needs saving in the most precarious situations. You know, she could fight side by side with him. I really hope the anime does good on that promise. Oh, that's his Reiatsu. How do you fight someone like him? Obviously not. I mean, even if that's true, even if he is truly a stand-in, he acts more like a father than whatever this guy's become. Oof. Oh, he not even trying to be fancy about it. He'd be going quick with even the declaration. Wow, they're really getting fancy with the Hasbro versus Uryu fight. Like, this barely got much panels in the manga at all. Well, we use animation, but we good. We good. Wait, wait. I'm forgetting who's owning the Almighty at the moment. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. Oh, oh yeah, he's using the. I like how he's using the shield to try to get in closer. Yeah, because even if he don't got the Almighty, he still got the Soul King. Oh wait, he got this. Wait, he got the Soul King's powers too. I don't remember that. No, because that definitely was not there in the manga. No way. No way. Well, that's the plans out the window. I mean, it was reasonable. The strategy was reasonable. Too bad it had a counter. Oh, Son of Darkness. Oh, don't end it like that. But great episode though. I was not like I was not like expecting like oh it's just gonna end right there. Oh yeah, the flower, those flowers she was looking at before. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait. All right. Hitsugaya. Blood for my bone. Damn. Well, in before I'm literally gonna. I know for sure I'm gonna just see Sasakura. It was like, oh, this episode was broke, self-declared. You know what? I'm gonna search. I'm gonna look right now. Hold on. I want to see if there's already a lot of bitching about it. Just out of curiosity. Hold on. No, nothing so far. But okay. So the first, okay. So this first part with Orihime and in this flashback here, that had to be anime original. That had to be. And another thing that stood out that is probably anime original, but I'm not sure. I do not remember this man being showered. Like, I was just wondering, like, wait. Is that the, like, I was not sure. Like, I was like, wait, something about like, oh, that's a miscalculation, and the thing, and like, oh yeah, you have all that. You were doing good and all. You know, that was a good strategy. Like trying to target him when he was not, when ownership was being, you know, was being switched. But unfortunately, the Soul King, and okay, it makes sense why this was like an unfortunate miscalculation. The Soul King's powers were too much even for Yuhabak just by himself, even after he completely absorbed it, that it would actually stand to reason that Hashwald would be having it. And honestly, my dumbass should have figured that out from the very first episode, because his Reiatsu was also having that same sort of black. I don't know why that just flew over my mind. That this was not in the. You know what? Let me find. I know he's called Jugram, but like Hashwald just rolls off the tongue better. It just rolls off the tongue better. So just pulling up some images here. There is no point I do not remember at any point in the manga at the time where he was wearing this shit. At no point in time. So this is something new. This is something new, I think. I could be wrong. But again, it would make sense because the Soul King, the Soul King got this is literally the same guy. Like, even if it's a little shell of Prime Soul King, it was still enough to hold up all three realms, all three worlds. Some people were saying like, oh, he's just holding up the Japan side of things on a human, like, because the whole shit is in Japan. Kuba, I feel like the staff have to really just put their fist down, put their foot down, and just show like, oh, it's not just Japan, and they just show like Earth, just Earth and space, and you see this big ass fucking opening in space time, and you're just like, yeah, you still want to think it's just in Japan now? They should have just done that. They should do that. But yeah, it was a good. Uehara's Bankai was pretty sick. I think at the was he? I am gonna say like I figured it was gonna be that. I don't think they really went out to show more so how he was able to do it. So from what I'm seeing, he's also like. You see that he was also on along a zipper, and you kind of see where he's just using it. He was also using it along. I think it's the little domain expansion thing, the little Bankai domain. Oh no, the Volstagg dimension. I hate that. It's just more. It's just this little like sort of imprisonment that he's also like sewing. That's why he was able to create that little opening for Grimjaw to sneak in and up behind Haskin when he was being distracted and just punch through, rip out his heart like that. But Askin's inability to die was, his whole concept of being unable to die was so strong that once he dies, the poison just, it feels a lot like, it's a reminiscent of what's that man's name? I think it was Pito's Marinette ability, where it was still going on after she died. It was reminiscent of that, but in a different way, of course, which is kind of crazy, which is kind of funny because there was a little bit of a little puppet string sort of thing going on with Kisuke at the time with his Bankai, which is kind of great. It's kind of crazy in its own right. So you know what? Let's go a little bit to the Bankai, the Kisuke's Bankai himself. So I mean, I know the anime explained, but I want to kind of see a little bit more. And its core power is restructuring and reconstruction, which is also why he was fucking up. Askin at that time. So you can serve as any festival and see within this range. So yeah, that's a very dangerous Bankai for sure. But like Askin was like a lot more dangerous because of how his ability is, and the Quincy abilities are very jacked. Let's go real. Like we say, like Bleach, the Shinigami's abilities or Bankai's are pretty nasty, but so are the Quincy's, and if not more so. So yeah, there'll be more. I'm not gonna be that guy to try to break down every single thing it does, but it kind of was befitting because because Asuka's Volstagg ability was trying to just kill at pinpoint, like, so he was able to, because he can't just outright kill Kisuke directly. He has to try to kill, he would start with the eyes, and then he would do it with the ears, the nose, the legs, and whatnot. He was trying to do that, but his Bankai was countering that, so he just basically zipped them up and restructured it. And the fact that it's just zipped up like that is great. It's actually like really neat. It's a similar sort of shit that you like that sort of like insane, ridiculousness that you see in something like JoJo. So that's cool. Because I literally mentioned about the guy. What's that homeboy's name? It was Bruno. Yeah, his ability. Yeah, that guy's ability. But it was more like that one's like a little different. But the way it was kind of the zipper is just kind of like with all the sewing and such. That's what it reminded me of. It had that sort of similar vibe, and I fuck with it. I'm actually so that's something cool. So the Uraga's Bankai was done well, but I think what has ended up really catching my attention was the extra stuff with Orihime at the beginning. I think that's an anime original. I mean, I could be wrong. Correct me if it's otherwise. But the whole thing with which I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong on this too, is that Jugram is also kind of borrowing some of the burden with the Soul King, with having some of the Soul King's powers too. And again, this is something I should have figured out from the very first episode. I'm just like, oh, it's just a cool looking, you know, black sort of Reiatsu coming out, and to me, I should have figured out like, oh, he's actually having some of the Soul King's powers. Maybe I'm wrong, and it's just, oh, this is something completely different. It's I might get a comment saying, oh, it's not the Soul King power, it's actually this and this and this and that, and then maybe it's something I overlooked. You know, some detail I didn't take too much at the time might have overlooked, and maybe that's the actual answer. But for me, from what I can see, generally from a general observation here, if it's more like he also had himself the Soul King's powers, because Yuhaba himself could not handle all of it, and it would make sense. And it's not like it's just a like a out of left field sort of twist, just for the sake of making things more dire. It's something that makes logical sense, because remember, Yuaba was having trouble even trying to absorb it at the time. And, you know, there was also the Mimihagi thing that was trying to block him as well. So, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say otherwise. So, yeah, that'll do it for episode 2. Smash like button, everything in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join the Discord server, share the video out, all that good stuff. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this week on Bleach TYBW arc. Research and signing off. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe, y'all. And have a great day, guys. Peace out.